What's up, friends and family? I welcome you back to the channel once again. We're going to get right into it. Skeletal remains found by a work crew in Texas are those of a mother who went missing nearly 4 years ago. This is what officials say. On Tuesday, Panola County Sheriff Cutter Clinton said the remains were positively identified as Lauren Thompson, who went missing in January 2019. Skeletal remains were found in a wooded area by a work crew in July, and forensic anthropologists have been working for months to identify them. Clinton said the remains were ultimately identified through dental records.
A new plea to find an East Texas woman who went missing 2 years ago this Sunday. Lauren Thompson, a mom of 3, suddenly disappears on January the 10th, 2019.
Now, let's be clear and let's be fair on all four corners. A lot of the blogs and a lot of the county residents think the authorities had something to do with a cover-up.
Desperate for a break in their daughter's case, Gregory and Tori Corbin recount the bleak voicemail from a Panola County sheriff, a message that turned their life upside down.
And I said, well, ma'am, the reason we're calling is because she was on a 911 call, and the call ended abruptly, and we have her missing.
Let's rewind to the day before. Moments before she vanished, Lauren Thompson called her mother.
The day she contacted my wife, just immediately prior to the 911 call, she was
excited, but still lucid and able to reason.
Then, just 7 minutes later, everything changed. Lauren dialed 911 for help from somewhere in a densely wooded area called Rock Hill in Panola County.
She believed that someone may be chasing her. She was unable to tell us if she actually saw anybody chasing her or if she could hear anybody chasing her.
The investigation would now shift from a missing persons case to a death investigation.
After 22 minutes, the call ended when her phone battery died. She was never heard from again.
From the tape, being a mother and father, we are able to really come to a conclusion that there was something certainly very wrong.
And while in the process of fighting some obstacles, Lauren's parents tell me the day she disappeared, Lauren shared with them that she was seeking help.
No matter how she might be struggling or how she might need help, she would have given the shirt off her back to someone who was in need.
Her parents describing their daughter as compassionate and a caring mother with 3 children, now 5, 7, and 11, who still ask about her. Her parents leaving us with these somber yet crucial final words.
If she's been held against her will, the people that are holding her, if this is the case, and have a little compassion.
And while a lot has changed since Lauren's disappearance, one thing remains: hope for her return. Sarah Allegre, KETK
Gotten
News.
national attention today, one that started under very unusual circumstances, mind you. Panola County officials began searching for Lauren even before she was reported missing. Thompson called 911 from somewhere in the densely wooded Rock Hill area of Panola County. Sheriff Kevin Lake tells us that the call lasted around 20 minutes, saying Thompson was genuinely afraid someone was after her. Eventually, the call ended and officers were able to track her phone call, searching that heavily wooded area you see there on your screen. And in the coming days, authorities found her car, then later her shoe, but then nothing else.
There's a couple things that we hope happens is one, that property owners or those that have access to the property find something. You know, in excess of 2,000 acres searched on foot and approximately 9,000 acres that have been searched by air. And then also we hope that somebody that may have known something or knows something now that hasn't spoken up will come forward and do so.
Sheriff Lake says Thompson's family is painfully waiting for some sort of closure 1 year later and asking for anyone with any information that might lead to answers to come forward. The sheriff says her bank accounts and phone records have remained untouched since her disappearance. Thompson's 3 children, ages 3, 5, and 9, are all living with her mother in Fort Worth currently. Reporting in studio, Trent Bennett, KETK News.
The closure the family of Lauren Thompson never wanted to have, but needed to know.
The anthropologists have determined through multiple dental comparisons that the remains are those of Lauren Elizabeth Thompson.
In 2019, in the dense woods of the Rock Hill area, Thompson called 911 for help. For 22 minutes, she was in a state of panic, saying someone was chasing her but didn't know who. In the midst of talking to the dispatcher, her phone died. That was the last time someone ever heard from her.
Thompson went missing in the Rock Hill area of Panola County on January 10th, 2019.
And unwanted answers finally began to arrive this summer. After a work crew found human skeletal remains, they were sent for testing, and after DNA extraction,
we are now able to announce that a positive identification has been made of the skeletal remains recovered in Panola County this past July.
Lauren's father, Gregory Colvin, says the family is still waiting for final answers, but expresses his appreciation in a statement saying, "Our family would like to reiterate our deepest gratitude for the love and intercessory prayer and support demonstrated by many in bringing Lauren home."
Our office will be diligent on pursuing all relevant investigative leads.
The sheriff also encourages everyone to be in prayer for the mourning family as they're desperate for answers.
The investigation will now shift from a missing persons case to a death investigation. Clinton said again. Thompson, a mother of three, made a 911 on January 10, 2019, saying she was in the woods, thought someone was chasing her. Authorities say that was the last time she was heard from. Investigators were able to use a cell phone tower ping to determine where the call came from and search the area. Her vehicle was found stuck in a nearby ditch, but there was no sign of Thompson, who was 32 years old at the time. Panola County is located in eastern Texas along the Louisiana border.
What happened to their daughter?
Her maiden name is Colvin. Her nickname is Lolo. She has been missing since January 10th of 2019.
This episode retraces Lauren's last known location, which was near Farm to Market Road 1794 and an oil gas company lease road off of CR 267 near Beckville.
There are thick woods and open fields with farmhouses in this area.
Unfortunately, this area had experienced heavy flooding just prior to Lauren's disappearance.
This location is approximately 10 miles north of where Lauren lived in Carthage, Texas. Carthage is a city located in East Texas and the county seat of Panola County. Carthage is 150 miles southeast of Dallas and near the Louisiana state line. Its population is about 6,500. And now a brief description of the case.
While most missing persons are reported to police after a loved one realizes they are missing, Lauren's case is different. Police were en route to find her before she had even disappeared. Lauren's case is different. Police were en route to find her before she had even disappeared.
Check it out. They pinged her cell phone and found the car in a ditch near where her remains were found. Doesn't sound like they looked very hard in the last 4 years. Stop the lies. They definitely dropped the ball with this case. If she was found in the same area, what the hell did they stop looking for her for if she told them she was in danger? Who would leave a woman in the woods and she telling you someone is behind her? They should have got the damn dogs out to look for the woman. This was certainly irresponsible behavior from the police. Now, y'all relax and don't try to stone me for saying this, but she was followed and she was killed. Because some people in Panola County think she's of no importance. They're not going to try to find out how she was killed or who killed her. Might bring out some surprising but not surprising results, you know what I mean?
The mother of three called 911 on the afternoon of January 10th in distress. She was saying she was in a wooded area and thought someone was chasing her. But her cell phone died during the call. Law enforcement officers were not able to find her in the Rock Hill area where her cell phone had last pinged her location, although they did find her vehicle.
Numerous widespread law enforcement searches of the woods where she was last reported to have been have not turned up a whole lot of evidence. This is according to Panola County Sheriff Kevin Lake. But his office continues to investigate the case and hopes they can figure out what happened.
Lauren is described as sweet, caring, and hardworking, and these are the words that come to mind from Ruth. The two went to church together at the Faith Assembly of God in Carthage.
From her Facebook photos, it looks like Lauren loved being with her kids, doing outdoor activities like fishing and visiting Lake Miraval, campground, and marina.
Her date of birth is April 17, 1986. She was 32 when she went missing. Her current age is 34 years old.
She is described as a Caucasian female, 5'4" to 5'5", 135 to 190 pounds.
At the time of her disappearance, she was wearing a dark-colored, hooded sweatshirt and dark-colored pants or leggings.
Lauren has brown hair, brown eyes, and her ears are pierced. She has eyeliner tattooed on her eyes and a tattoo of a large butterfly on her lower back.
Her family members listed on her Facebook page are Tori Colvin, her mother, Lauren's father, G.W. Colvin, and a brother, Greg Colvin.
She has two aunts, Shannon and Christy, three cousins, Regina, Cassie, and Alyssa.
Then again, who knows? Maybe she got into a single car accident. Her car ended up in a ditch. She gets out the car, possibly has a concussion, wanders into a wooded area, assuming it's near the car, and maybe some psycho saw the event unfold and took advantage of the situation, started following her into the woods, and sadly, this is the end result. But who knows, you know? Maybe she was disoriented. This could be the result of a medical condition. She got disoriented, ran into a ditch, and went into the woods. In her disorientated state, she got out, got lost in the woods, and died. Or perhaps they just dropped the fucking ball. Had the police department taken this case more seriously, she might still be alive, clearly. At the least, other professionals say they should have did a 5-mile grid search. You know what I mean? But for the most part, this case ain't over. It just switched over to homicide and murder. And there's no statute of limitation on murder or homicide in the state of Texas. Just keep that in mind. They let that body rot. They left it out there long enough so it can decompose and destroy, allegedly, any type of evidence to help solve this case.
Lauren has 3 children and has been married twice. She was in the process of getting a divorce at the time of her disappearance. She